everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are doing a few crafts today, so I hope you can stick around. Here we go. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video. Well, guys, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're all happy and healthy and everybody's doing fabulous, and I hope you're ready for some crafting. But first, I wanted to go over Valentine's Day, which is on the 14th, which was called Valentine's Day, Saint Valentine's Day, or the Feast of Saint Valentine's Day. It was something that originated Christian. There was a martyr, Valentine, and it was a day of feast. But over the years, it has turned into what we do today, which is basically a celebration of romance. I just thought I would share that with you since it's just rolling around the corner here in a couple weeks. So here we go. This is an old composition baby. She did have a wig on, but the wig was pretty ratty. So I took the wig off and there was a lot of damage to her head. But nonetheless, I still think she's beautiful. And I've always wanted to give one of my dolls a heart. Don't know why. It's just one of them ideas that has stayed with me and has harassed my brain over the last, year or so, and I've never done it. So I'm doing it today. So I'm giving this dolly a heart. And I basically found an old window that I had. I save everything. It was from a Victorian style dollhouse. It was a large Victorian style dollhouse, and it had some windows and stuff on it, and I thought, you know what, I might use those later, which, here we go, I'm using it. So, anywho, I basically just measured out my window, and cut that with a razor blade from my dolly. And it's pretty packed in there. It's like, a molded fabric. I don't know exactly what they use, but that's what it feels like. Very dense. So I cut my hole out and making sure I have the right size. I don't want any of the outer covering of the fabric to show through my window. So, just make sure you measure twice and cut once because you can't redo it. This is not a redo. But yeah, so then you're going to be putting a heart in there, and you need to clear out a little bit of space for the heart. Now, you can make any kind of heart you want. You can make a puffy heart or a skinny heart or, anything like that. I'm just taking a little bit of aluminum foil and making a heart shape. And you don't have to use aluminum foil if you don't want to. I'm using it as to not have to use as much as my clay. It's just an air dry clay. And I'm hammering away at this piece of aluminum foil to make it more dense and hard. A more sturdy shape. And then I'm going to take some of the air dry clay and wrap it around this heart And, you know, if you want to, you can take a little bit of water or something and smooth it out or whatever. But this stuff is very forgiving. This type of air dry clay I don't use on a lot of my projects. But I'm using it on this one because it's kind of a puffy clay. It dries fast and it's pretty forgiving. Um, so just wrap it around your aluminum foil. Um, Smooth it out a little bit. And once you set aside and let it dry, you know, for like 24 hours, paint it whatever color you want to paint it. I was going to go pink, and then I thought, no, hearts are red. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going with a red heart. And I made mine a little skinny, See, there's my heart painted. And, you know, of course, I didn't take enough stuffing out, so I'm going to have to go back in and whack some more out. It's so dense in there that you have to literally take scissors to it. You can't just really pull it out. You have to cut it out. So, got my little space ready for my heart. Sit it right in there. Make sure everything fits. You know, you might have to go in and a couple times and take out some of the stuffing. Then you're going to use some hot glue and put it around the perimeter of whatever you're going to use. And then stick it on there and hold it in place until the glue dries, which is, you know, under a minute. But you could use, you know, like a dollhouse window or something. Pretty sure you could find those at like Hobby Lobby or something. But that would work. There she is. Isn't she fabulous? I think she's fabulous. Her head's a little jacked up, yes, the top of her head, but her face is still in good condition. But look at her heart. What a sweet girl. I know, some of y'all might think I'm a little strange, but I don't know. Something about it. I just love it. Okay, on to project number 2. And yes, it's an apple, but it's a fake apple. And you're thinking to yourself, what the heck is she doing with an apple? But, you'll see. You'll see. Anyways, yeah, I'm cutting it in half. It's a fake apple that I got from Hobby Lobby. First, I did the scoring with initially the razor blade, and then it was being a butt, so I had to kind of saw into it with one of my knives. That's why, right there, that stinking piece of, I don't know, concrete or something they have in there to weight the apple down. I couldn't believe it when I opened it. I thought, you little turds, you know? So anyways, I got that out, got it separated, and I'm going to use half of it. I was a little disgusted with all the styrofoam. I hate styrofoam. It gets everywhere. But I'm using 2 different colors of red to paint my apple red because I don't want it green. I want it red. So, mixing 2 colors of paint, and I'm going to paint my apple red. You're thinking to yourself, why the heck didn't she just buy a red apple? Okay, yes, I tried to buy a red apple, but there was no red apples to be bought. There was only green apples left. So, painting it is. You know, sometimes we're not dealt the hand that we want. So I'm making it the color I want it to be. Now, once your apple is painted, you might want to give it a couple coats. I kind of let a little bit of the other color towards the top, you know, with the green in it, kind of show through a little bit to make it more natural looking. And then I took a little bit of that brown gel paint on the ends to kind of try to do more natural looking apple. But anyways, This is another thing I got from Hobby Lobby a while ago, and it's just been on one of my memo boards. You can either score it with like the wire cutters like I did, and then snap it, depending on the type of metal you have, or if you got, you know, them big like bolt cutters or something, those things work perfect. I am taking an 8x10 and I'm reverse putting everything in. I'm taking the picture I have, putting it in first, putting the glass behind it, and then the cardboard. Because I'm not using the glass. I'm going to be spraying this when I'm finished with it. Now, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm putting the apple on top of her head with the arrow going through it. I've had this idea for a long time and just never pulled the trigger on it. And I just figured today, I'm gonna. Stinking stuff. I hate that stuff. Gosh, whoever invented styrofoam. There's a place in hell for you. Just kidding. Styrofoam peanuts and stuff, you know, sometimes those are a necessity, but man, what a pain. Okay, so I'm basically just eyeballing it. I used the arrow, the metal arrow, and just kind of twisted it into either end and made a hole. So then I took a little bit of hot glue and then, you know, put it in there just to, you know, affix it a little bit better, make it more permanent. Then also, because the stem of the apple fell out, I wanted to, you know, put that back on there and make sure that it stayed on there. And I used a dab of that brown gel again, but I put it on the stem of the apple because I didn't like the way it looked. It kind of looked fakey. So I am positioning it and making sure I have it in the place I want it. And then taking some hot glue and putting a lot of hot glue on the back of it to make sure it does not come off. And sometimes the hot glue melts into the styrofoam, so you have to be a little light-handed with the hot glue, but enough of it that you know it's going to stick. So this is a one-time only shot, so make sure you get it where you want it to go, because you cannot take it off. You will ruin the picture. So, one and done. Get it in the proper position and then sit it down. Press it down for just a second and it'll be done. Hot glue is a wondrous item. It burns the crap out of me most of the time because I'm an idiot and never wear any protection with it, but it is a blessing if you're a crafter. Some of the hot glue seeped out of the ends there a little bit, so I'm just, you know, masking the look of that with a little bit more red paint. And then here's where I put the gel brown on the tip of the core of the apple there. Not the core, the stem. I swear my brain's fried. Anyways, I used an acrylic spray paint. It's kind of a matte. It's not a gloss. I like the matte look better. And I took it outside and sprayed it all, the picture and the apple, with the spray paint. Let it dry, and this is the finished product. Well, I hope you enjoyed 2 craft projects and my non-stop jabbering. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Grimcat. Grimcat. Why is it that every time I get up, you end up in my chair? Why is that, Grimcat? Why is that, Grimcat? thank you so much for watching. And if you made it all the way to the end here, I really appreciate it. Till next time, guys. See ya later. Bye.